Welcome to Lineups and Lures, where the talk runs from the dugouts to drift boats. We're all about the games we play and the waters we fish, the stories, the rivalries, the moments that keep us coming back. If it happens under the lights or out on the water, we're in. This is Lineups and Lures. Well, we're in the dog days of summer. We're a week away from the trade deadline. Our Mariners seem to be anywhere between first place and third place. Can't really put together a win streak at this point, even though, everyone's kind of sitting around waiting for it to happen. When's that Red Sox 12, 15-game win streak? When's that Marlins win streak going to come? And we just keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's every week it seems like it's 6-4, 4-6. What's going on in Seattle?
Well, I think it can be summed up in two words.
Big dumper?
Cal Raleigh, big dumper. You decide which two you want to use. But I was reading an reading an article on The Athletic, I think it was, and they were talking about how if Cal was in the same statistical category at this point in the season where he was last year, the Mariners would be like number 1 in home runs, and they would be like number 7 or 8 in runs scored.
Yeah.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah.
So either he's got to do it or someone else has got to do it. And the problem is that the biggest thing that he provided last year, not only with his individual statistics, was the pitches that everybody else around him got to see. And for those that know baseball, that's a real thing. And with him not being the presence in the lineup, I mean, I was up there watching him last weekend, and I couldn't believe it that they're actually throwing to him with runners on base nowadays. I mean, I would too. He's hitting $160. I don't know what it is with him. He's just got, obviously the guy can hit. He hit 30 home runs 4 seasons in a row. So it wasn't, I'm not saying he needs to hit 60, but if he could find a way to get 10 to 15 between now and the end of the season and get back on straight and maybe hitting the 250 clip for the rest of the season, that changes everything. He goes back to hitting in the 2-3 hole. You've got Julio and Randy above him. Hopefully Brandon Donovan can get healthy and hitting the leadoff pop and give us a little spark plug there up front. There is still a lot to be excited about. It just needs to happen. It just needs to happen. I mean, you look at, can you imagine if Cal was having the season he was having last year and Canzone's doing what he's doing? And I mean, oh my
Julio.
goodness. Julio is, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know that Cal has struck out in almost a third of his at-bats this year? I mean, that's how rough this season has been, is he's not even putting balls in play. And like you just said, I mean, they're pitching to him. And they're not just pitching to him, they're throwing fastballs. And before he went on the IL this last time, like, they were just throwing 95 to 100-mile-an-hour fastballs right down the middle of saying, hit it. And he couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think he got so used to having to hit the breaking ball. And, and maybe this comes down to him sitting down with Edgar and going over some of the mental process. I don't know if I haven't looked at his splits from the right side or from the left side. But either way, they can't be real good.
No, they're not good.
But that's problem number one. If we can fix that, I think there are a lot of other problems that go away.
Well, against left-handed pitchers, he's hitting $146, and against right-handed pitchers, it's 173. So it's not good any way you look at it.
It's equally bad.
Yes. And they tried to make a change this week. They some assistant to the director of hitting offensive philosophy or something got fired.
The scapegoat.
Yes. We'll see if that makes any lights a fire under anybody. But, I mean, I got to tell you, Dan Wilson's got to be having a hard time sitting down right now because that seat's got to be hot.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you guys aren't hitting, what do you do? I mean, these guys are professional athletes. He can write the lineup and he can move the chess pieces around a little bit during the game and he can decide whether to bunt, steal, hit and run, all that kind of stuff. But if your $110 million man isn't hitting the ball, what are you going to do?
So you're telling me that you're going to go look at Cal and go, hey, I need you to lay down a bunt right here? That's not going to happen.
That's not what I'm saying.
You want him to hit and run? Not going to happen.
But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he makes the calls on the plays. This isn't just about Cal, about everybody. He pulls the levers during the game for the team. But if your guy that's meant to hit 35 home runs is hitting nothing, and he can't hit 200, at some point you got to go look at the general manager and go, dude, I can't make chicken out of, chicken, there's only so much I can do here.
Yeah.
And, why does a guy going finished second in the MVP ballot by a skosh, and the next year he doesn't look like he should even be playing baseball in the big leagues.
Well, it's what they call a career year.
Well,
and most guys have one of those in their career, and they put together great numbers, and
But
then
if
they go right back to their average. And
but the problem is, if he was hitting 235 with 20 home runs right now, everybody'd be like, fine.
yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, nobody's expecting him to go and hit 60 every year. We were hoping for...
Oh, I think the Mariners were expecting that.
Well,
I think they went into this offseason going, all right, we're going to get a very similar production out of Cal. If Julio does what he does, maybe a little bit better. If Randy does what, we're going to be just fine. And you can't bank on your catcher, your catcher hitting 60 home runs and playing 100 and I think he played 156 games last year.
yeah, how many were in the DH slot, though?
It doesn't matter. He's still in the lineup for 156 games. You know, his difference is with the bat, not necessarily on defense. So it's a flawed mentality that you thought you were going to get a very similar production, and one, you're just never going to get that from a catcher. It's too demanding of a position. All it takes is one foul ball off the hand or the elbow, the wrist. I mean, look at Adley. You know, he's on and off the IL, hamstring. Oh, then he gets hit in the wrist, or gets thumbed, or gets hit with an errant throw, and he's got a concussion. Like, you know, it's just one of those positions where you're just going to get banged up. As you know.
Yes. And I didn't have to do it 160 of it. I only did maybe 90, maybe 100 on some.
Yes.
Anyway.
So what do we do moving? I mean, we got a week till the trade deadline. You know, we're getting – well, let's talk about the names that are floating from the Mariners. So Hancock, Castillo, those are the two big ones.
And Kirby's name's being thrown around there as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, we seem to be willing to part with a starter or two and one of our young starters, which I think is a good move to get somebody back. But we need bullpen help. So we need another leverage arm in the back of the bullpen.
But we don't need to give up those guys to get a bullpen arm. We can do that with a prospect or something.
Correct. But you might package him in. I mean, this might be, back in the Robinson Cano and Edwin Diaz for a couple guys. I mean, this could be a Luis Castillo and a prospect to bring back a Soriano or somebody from the Angels or, a big bullpen arm because we need help back there.
Yeah, and the other thing, if Brash could get healthy, that would solve a lot of problems too.
Even if he's healthy, the way that this staff is set up, you need more bullpen arms.
I have no problem with more arms.
Yes.
No issues with that. No, you're right. And this is not anything new, but they want a right-handed bat. And that right-handed bat probably needs to play some combination of third base and designated hitter.
Yes. And maybe right field.
Well, tough thing is getting Canzone out of that lineup, man. That kid's smacking the ball around the baseball puck.
He is, but, it's nice to have a right-handed hitter that can go out there and platoon if need be. I mean, I don't know if we make the playoffs at this point. Who we match up with, and then if you match up with the Yankees, like you got Max Fried on the bump, you got Rodon on the bump. Like we're going to need some right-handed batters. I mean, something's going to have to happen.
Yeah, I think that last year there were two guys that popped up, and they fit.
Yes,
and it worked. Now one of them we still got, and the other one wouldn't necessarily rule out. And I hate to say it, but you also look at other retreads. There's a certain guy in New York right now that is probably looking as a potential trade target. And then there's got to be some things where you think out of the box. Like, do you call Arizona about Arenado? I don't know. I mean, do you...
See, that doesn't move my needle. It doesn't really get me excited of bringing a bat like that in because it is good defense, but there's got to be somebody that's more of not a 1 year short term rental.
Okay, so what about and we're going to talk about a different guy on the Giants, and I know you poo poo this, but does Max Chapman have an All-Star season left in him?
No, I mean you think a change of scenery, that'd be like saying, hey, let's trade Cal to the Yankees, and all of a sudden he turns into the 60 home run hitter again for the last 2 months of the season.
Well, that ballpark,
I mean, we're not going to go that
in that ballpark, maybe.
Ball flies good at safe go to right field.
My point is that I think, look, DePito is a wheeler dealer, so there's no issues that we know he's not picking up the telephone.
Absolutely.
I think it's really about, at sometimes making a move for the sake of making a move doesn't work. For whatever reason, sometimes it's just not your year. I think there is a lot of things to be said that if you get a healthy Donovan back, J.P. Crawford's hardly played the last month. And that could have solved some problems at third base because we were playing some guys at third base that I'm like, who is that? The reality is our outfield of Randy, big guy in the middle, and Canzone.
If he can stay healthy. Julio's been a little banged up too.
Okay, but still, I mean, that's a pretty good outfield.
It is.
You know, and it just comes back to, I think JP needs to start at shortstop for the rest of the year and platoon with the kid. Not that I don't think the kid's the future. I do, but he is hitting that wall, and I think if there was maybe even a little three-man rotation between JP, Colt, and Brandon, Brandon's going to play majority at third, JP plays majority at short, Colt comes in for the right-handed pitcher.
Yeah,
and then
two starts a week.
And if the game's up or down, go and play the last 4 innings in the field or something like that. I mean, I think that's the way I'd approach it. Take a little pressure off of him. And, put him in positions to succeed and let the veteran that's been in the lineup for the last 10 years take care of the really hard stuff. Look, J.P. Crawford still plays a hell of a defensive shortstop, does everything there. Unless we are going to make the type of move like you and I talked off air about trying to get a Bobby Witt Jr. or, an Ellie De La Cruz or something like that is a true game changer, which you're going to have to move real chess pieces. Unless that move is in the making, I'm not sure nibbling around the fringes does a whole lot. I mean, at the end of the day, if Donovan comes back and hits 300 at the top of the lineup like he was meant to do, and then you've got Julio, Cal, Randy sitting behind him, Naylor, Canzone, it's not a horrible lineup.
That's not bad. No, it's not bad.
So maybe it's just one of those things that, for whatever, maybe these guys need to all go get drunk one night or something and go do something. I don't know. And sometimes usually happens on the road, because guys are, you're all together, you're in the family, you're in a family, you're eating together, you're living in each other's pockets, and that's usually when either the good or the bad happens really quickly.
Yeah.
So maybe these guys just need a good road trip where they go 5 and 6, 7 out of 9 on a road trip, come back home. Before you know it, they're 5 of 7 at home, and the next thing you know, they're 5 games up, and we're off to the races again.
Yeah, we just got to get on one of those win streaks, and that's where I think the trade deadline. You look at last year, they go out, and even though the Geno moved, it wasn't really the greatest move. Didn't work out statistically, but they went out, made a couple moves. That energizes the team again. Hey, ownership's in, we're in. Let's get this. Let's finish this thing. So hopefully they make some sort of a move. I don't know that there's really that real big piece out there. Like, you're not hearing names, so it's going to have to be something that DePoto's working on in the background. Like, Bobby Witt is not on the trading block.
No.
But if you threw a pretty good package at them, maybe they would start talking. Or, there's some guys out there.
Hey, everything's for sale for the right price. I mean, that's the reality of it. There's been grumblings about us getting Mason Miller. I mean, I'm not sure I'm willing to give up on Munoz just yet, but hey, I mean that. And once again, as we talked about off air, I don't think that's a move that gets us to the promised land.
Yeah,
I think we need a bat in the middle of that lineup, but we're going to have the answers in the next 4 days, 5 days?
We'll know by what, noon on Monday, I think it is.
And I think, quite frankly, we'll probably know by Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, it's almost like what's going to happen with Scooble. I think everyone's kind of waiting for that piece to drop first.
But I don't think that affects us because we're not. I mean, then again, unless maybe there's guys that. Who knows? Maybe the Yankees are willing to pay whatever it takes for Scooble, and if they say no, then they're like, well, we want Emerson Hancock.
Yeah. And
then we're like, do we really want Emerson pitching against us in the playoffs? And if we do, well, we're getting a song coming back.
Yeah.
And the Yanks got to know that.
Yeah, but I mean, who are you going to take from the Yankees? Like, do you really want Volpe?
No,
No,
but that's
thank you.
where maybe you look at a three-way situation,
Sure.
or yeah, no, there's I think, and that's the reality where I think you may have to see a 3-4 team deal here,
Yeah.
to where, because you may have two competing teams that are looking to bolster, but neither one of them really want prospects back. They need a dude back. So it's like, we're going to get a dude from over here. You can get some prospects back, and that's how it's going to have to work.
Well, it's like when you bring up Arizona looking to make a trade. Like, we're talking playoff teams. So, I mean, could you potentially see two playoff teams making deals to, one needs starting pitching. We have starting pitching. One has too many corner infielders or an outfielder or right-handed bats. Now, maybe there's a deal to be made somewhere that we just are overlooking because, we always want to look at the bottom half of the standings. All right, who's going to sell? Who's going to sell? Well, maybe it's something where, there's a team in the playoffs or a playoff hunt that swap an arm for a bat. You never know.
I think especially if it's American League, National League, where you really wouldn't see each other until the World Series.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's a lot more likely to happen. But yeah, I agree. I mean, this is one of those funky years where, the American League could change on its ear in a week. If one team goes, 6-0 and another team goes 1-5, it could literally flip the order of the American League right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you're the Boston Red Sox and you're the GM there and you're going, all right, we're going to sell. And then your team goes and rolls off 12 in a row or whatever it was. 15 in a row. And then you go, okay, I guess we're back in this now. Like, your entire mindset just completely flipped. And then you're Miami and you're like, oh, we just ran off 10 in a row. Oh, now we just lost 10 in a row. Like, it's such a roller coaster ride. I think that means you're not a bona fide playoff team because you shouldn't be going on streaks that level. I mean, we started this off talking about how the Mariners are either 4-6 or 6-4 every 10 games, but
which is not really a bad thing because it means you're right there, but you just need to go and have those 8-2, 7-3 weeks.
Yeah, you got to find that other 4% in there because 50%, it's got to be 54%.
It's never going to be lived down, that one. That's going to be a Seattle thing. It might be on his grave.
It might be.
Jerry 54% to Peter.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We got 5 days until the trade deadline, so always a fun time of the baseball season to see what happens.
After a long day on the water or hard training session, your muscles are tight, your body's worn down, and just sleeping it off doesn't cut it anymore. Where guys go to actually recover. Real therapeutic massage, infrared or traditional sauna, red light therapy, PEMF, and compression. Everything your body needs to stop hurting and get back out there. The same recovery tools the pros rely on right here locally. No membership required, no commitment, just show up and feel the difference. Solvita Wellness Spa. Find us at solvitaspa.com or on Southwest Barrows Road near Progress Ridge and Tigard. Your body did the work, let us handle the rest.
Hey there, I'm Chad with Jackson Painting and Remodel, and if you're looking to give your home a fresh new look, you've come to the right place. Whether you need a bold new color for your living room or a fresh coat to brighten up your home's exterior, my team and I have got you covered. We specialize in both indoor and outdoor painting, using only the best materials to make sure your space looks amazing and stands the test of time. If you're ready to transform your home, visit jacksonpainting.com. I'd love to come by, chat about your ideas, and give you a free estimate. At Jackson Painting and Remodel, we don't just paint, we make your vision a reality. Again, visit jacksonpainting.com or call 503-620-2600.
We got a little drama here in Portland.
We got more than a little drama.
Do you think this is Portland media building this up? Do you think this is the NBA building this up? Is this the national media blowing this up because, baseball's boring to talk about, so they got to find ESPN, and these guys got to find some way to talk about the NBA? If it's not quite NFL season yet, even though I'm sure they talk about the Cowboys and the Packers every day.
And the Patriots.
So, is this thing just getting blown up, or is there a real chance that Portland is about to lose the Blazers, and it appears to be over in the neighborhood of $70 million?
I think the answer is all of the above. I think the answer is all of the above.
I mean, is this another Damian Lillard thing where the media is going, you need to get traded. He needs to ask for a trade. You got to get out. Is this the media going, let's get the Blazers out of Portland?
I hold less stock in that than you do. I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to financials. And I would imagine that they're look, let's not forget that just 10 years ago, the Blazers held the sellout streak record in all of professional sports.
Yes.
And I was a part of that for a lot of those years. And this town loves the Blazers. No disrespect to the Timbers, but it's the only big show in town.
Yes.
There are challenges with owning a professional sport club in the state of Oregon. Income tax being number one. Number one right there. That's not a real thing. I think players and agents are paying a lot more attention to that than they used to.
Yeah. Just look at what's happening in Seattle with the millionaires tax coming in.
Correct.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Number two, Portland has never really been a friendly town for free agent young men in the NBA. I'll just leave it at that. And the reality is that our state and local government are not necessarily being terribly helpful. Now, the flip side of that coin is people are going to say, well, he's a billionaire, blah, blah, blah. He can pay for his own damn stadium. It's not completely without merit, but if you want to get back to just talking economics again, I can make statements about the revenue that'll be generated by having this team in town, by the fact that the NBA teams, basically you've got to figure that the Blazers payroll is approximately $250 to $300 million a year. That's just the playing staff. I'm not talking about front office and executives. State of Oregon gets 9.9% of that. If they live in Multnomah County, that number jumps up to about 13%. So that's somewhere in the neighborhood of $25 to $30 million just from the player's salary.
Yeah, that's real money.
Okay? And oh, by the way, they got to play against somebody on the other side of the floor, and they pay their share too.
Yes.
So that's number one. Number two, if the Blazers leave as they are the rock tenant of that facility. The Motor Center, the Rose Garden. I'm always going to call it the Rose Garden. Sorry, I'm going to call it Rose Garden. If they leave, there is 50 to 52 nights. Well, if you want to count potential playoffs, somewhere between 50 and 60 nights a year that place isn't done. That's a problem because Portland ain't that big of a town where they can fill that many more concerts and put that many more people to get 20,000 people to pay $100-something a ticket to go in there. Not going to happen.
And the Winterhawks aren't going to, the 5,000 people going to that game is not the same as 15 to 20 at a Blazer game.
And the revenue. Now let's talk about ticket revenue. Do you realize that the state of Oregon gets a cut of the action on the tickets?
Yep.
And at the end of the day, they made some bonehead decisions about buying the arena for $1 because now they are the landlord. They are responsible for it. Yes, they can sit there and say the Blazers are also responsible for some of the upkeep. But we have a classic disconnect where you've got city council people that I got to tell you, I'm sorry, there are no way they are qualified to run a multi-billion-dollar business like this is. They're not. Haven't done it. They got no idea. And then you've got Tom Dundon on the other side, a very astute businessman. He is. You might not like the way he does his business, but he's good at it. He just won the Stanley Cup. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
And he's pretty good at selling home loans. You might not like the home loans he sells, but he sells a lot of them. So don't hate the player, hate the game. Like you guys, he is playing the game and he's playing it well. And I think at some point, this town needs to realize what's better for Portland, the state of Oregon, the community, all of that. And when I see where some of our fiscal responsibilities and the way our money is managed in this state and in the city of Portland, I got to tell you, there's worse places to put some money into an arena that would bring economic prosperity to the state. There's my opinion. Write the damn check and move on.
It's hard to argue with that. I can't really take the other side. I mean, let's face the fact here. The Blazers aren't the owners of the arena.
And other than being a crybaby and going, well, he's a billionaire, he can afford it. No, let's get down to economics. And that's all I did. Break down the economics.
Well, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but let's say that how much did the Blazers sell for? Do you remember?
4 point something.
I mean, I think he's only worth about $3 billion. Like his net worth was something in that neighborhood. Like I remember the price of the Blazers sale was more than he is worth.
I believe he had to come up with 30%.
Yeah.
I do also know that there is a certain bank that I may know of that financed a big portion of the sale.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they're the tenant.
Yeah.
Tenants don't usually make improvements to their rented facility.
Well, they do if you sign a long-term lease, and that's how that works.
They'll pay a portion of it, potentially.
Well, it depends. It depends how long you sign a lease for. I want $600 million worth of upgrades. Perfect. I'll sign a 20-year lease. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you want to ensure that they're never going anywhere.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, a lot of these improvements will also help getting pop stars and country music stars and monster trucks and rodeos and whatever else goes on in there.
Well, and the economic development of the area, which they've been trying to do for so many years, whether it was, adding more restaurants like back in the day at Kachina, which was packed on game days, but nothing on other days, which is why restaurants have always failed. But just to have more stuff in that area so people will actually go there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the biggest misses in professional sports, having those two venues right there. Quite frankly, a pretty good public transportation system set up right there between the light rail and buses.
Yeah. And the freeway. It's right there.
Easy to get an Uber, easy to do that. One of my favorite memories is, when you go over the playoff games and people would go park downtown and just walk across the bridge.
Yep.
And you'd see just a line of Blazer fans walking across the bridge. Awesome.
Or the old Fairless Square, where we were able to hop on the Max for free, go over the bridge. But, again, what did we do before we hopped on the Max?
Went and ate dinner somewhere.
We went and ate dinner.
Yeah.
And if it was a big win and a big team, what did we do after the game?
Go and have a celebratory drink. Yep.
I think all that is revenue going back into the city.
And you know what? And you want to go back to economics. You go and sit there, and if I'm restaurants in downtown Portland and they said you have to pay a 0.025% tax on your revenue to help offset the upgrades to the Rose Garden. Okay, that's a cost of doing business. You're a business owner. You have fixed costs and variable costs in your business. I'm a business owner. I have fixed costs and variable costs. And you make business decisions on, and you know what? There isn't one restaurant owner that says, if you give me 50, 60, and oh, by the way, if the Rose Garden's a better venue, maybe now I get an extra 20, 30 concerts a year.
Yep.
So if 275 to 300 nights a year, there's somebody in that building, they're all having a beer and a burger or something before the game. I want a piece of that action. I'm happy to pay.
Yeah.
You are providing me essentially a crowd that is, they're here. They have to eat here. I got them. Captive audience.
Yeah. Well, and I don't remember how many years ago, but I'm pretty sure that the Rose Quarter was one of the top 10 number of event nights a year. I mean, that place is packed because you don't realize there's all kinds of stuff going on there outside of just sports.
Oh, you think about
conventions, home and garden shows,
and then
all that stuff.
And then you think about over the holidays, like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra,
Yep.
Disney on Ice or whatever. I mean, I don't care what it is.
Yep.
If someone's sitting in a chair and they paid for it, who cares what it is?
Yeah.
So, I might be, you could say, as a certain radio DJ in town says, I should say when I have a dog in the hunt, and I guess I do have a dog in this fight. I like sports. I like going to events, and even though I've kind of poo-pooed the Blazers for a while, at some point it's going to happen. There's nothing else to do around here, so. I think the people around here in the city council just need to figure out, hey, yeah, he might be getting a little bit of a win here, but think of the negative that happens if we don't.
Yeah.
And we go from, we've blown Major League Baseball. That ain't happening. We should have had that 15 years ago. We blew it.
Yep.
If we blow the Blazers, the economic impact that has on this town, I don't think people really understand, and we go back to the Stone Age.
And never getting another professional sports franchise again.
Not for a long, long, long time. And it would, it would take something really special to change it. And yeah, so don't screw this up, people.
Yeah. Well, let's hope Adam Silver in the NBA steps in a little bit, because I don't think they want to see another Sonic situation. I don't think they want to ever see teams leave in a city, especially like Portland, where it's a one sport town,
Well,
one team town.
and the best thing about the situation going on right now is why they should do everything they can. It's no secret that the NBA is going to have a team in Las Vegas and going to have a team in Seattle.
Yeah.
How many times in the next 30 years are you and I going to go up and watch the Sonics and the Blazers play at Seattle?
Well, as long as it coincides with a Mariner game or a Seahawk game, I'm sure we'll be up there.
But you know what? Even if it didn't, I might go up for that.
Yeah.
I might
We're going to leave the yellow Hummer at home, though.
No, I don't own a yellow Hummer, thank goodness. And then I don't smoke weed either, so we don't have to worry about that one.
But yes, we would be venturing our way to Seattle. I would definitely do a Vegas trip.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd take the kid up for that in a heartbeat. I mean, that's the kind of things that don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up.
No, let's figure this out. Let's get out of the media and in negative ways, and let's get an arena deal in place. Let's keep the Blazers in Portland.
And the funny thing is, the roster that they're putting together isn't all that bad. And I feel like there's still a move or two to be made. I think they need a big guy because they got 4 point guards right now. We don't need 4.
Well, if you're going to throw up 43s a game, you might as well have little guys.
Yeah, but the only guys, I don't think any of our guys shoot it real well from the 3-point line. Well, one guy does, but we don't know how healthy he is just yet.
Doesn't matter. He just needs to stand at the top of the key and we'll find him the basketball. You don't even need to run up and down the court. Because he didn't play defense anyway, so
not
might as
really.
well play 5-on-4.
Yeah. As long as you got that big Klingon in the middle, that helps.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd figure it out with the Blazers. Just figure it out because it's the cons are so far outweighing the pros here of not keeping them. It's like, yeah, just pay the money.
Thanks for listening to Lineups and Lures. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to rate, like, and share the podcast. It helps us reach more fans, more anglers, and more stories worth telling. We'll see you next time, whether it's out on the field or out on the water.